that upon visiting her last Friday se'nnight, I drew the deeply unfortunate conclusion that she cannot and should not bear children. It is with excessive importance that you understand if she finds herself once more in childbed, she will not survive it, and her earthly life will come to an end. Now I was out of sight of the house and could react with some privacy. My heart was beating furiously, and my cheeks were hot. Another surge of sickness overcame me, and I almost choked on it as it burned against my tongue. The sickness came morning, noon, and night, wringing me inside out. At the most, it was 40 times a day. If it was twice, I felt lucky. Veins burst in my face, leaving delicate crimson stems around my eyes, the whites of which turned a demonic red. The awful taste in my throat would last for hours, sharp and choking as the blade of a knife. I couldn't keep food down. I had no appetite for it anyway, much to the cook's disappointment. Even my beloved marchpane lay in broad, unsliced tablets in the larder, and my boxes of sugar candy sent from London gathered dust. The other 3 times I hadn't been this ill. This time it felt like the child growing inside me was trying to escape through my throat, instead of between my legs, like the others who announced their untimely arrivals in red rivers down my thighs. Their limp little forms were grotesque, and I watched them be wrapped like fresh loaves in linen. "Not long for this world, the poor mite," the last midwife said, wiping my blood off her butcher's arms. 4 years married, 3 times in childbed, and still no heir to put in the oak cradle my mother gave me when Richard and I married. I saw the way she looked at me, like I was letting them all down. Still, I could not fathom that Richard knew what the doctor had said, and had watched me fatten like a turkey at Christmastide. The letter was bundled in among several papers from my 3 childbeds, so it was possible he could have missed it. Would he have done right by me withholding it? Suddenly, the words seemed to fling themselves from the page and wrap around my neck. And written, too, by a man whose name I did not recognize. So wreathed in pain was I when he visited that I could not recall a single detail about him. His touch, his voice, or whether he was kind. I'd not stopped to catch my breath, and my slippers were truly ruined now, soaked with greenish mud, for it had been raining. When one of them got stuck and came off, sending my stockinged foot into the wet ground, that was more than I was prepared to take. With both hands I made the letter into a ball and threw it as hard as I could, taking a brief moment's satisfaction when it bounced off a tree several yards away. If I had not done that, I might not have seen the rabbit's foot a few inches from where it landed, nor the rabbit it belonged to, or at least what was left of it. A mangled mess of fur and blood, then another, and another. I hunted rabbits. These had not been slain by a hawk or a falcon, making a neat little kill before circling back to its master. Then I noticed something else. The hem of a brown skirt brushing the ground, and knees bent, and above them a body, a face, a white cap. A young woman was kneeling not 10 feet away, staring at me. Every line of her was alert with an animal tension. She was shabbily dressed in a homespun wool smock with no apron, which was why I did not see her straight away among all the green and brown. Flax-coloured hair spiralled down from her cap. Her face was long and narrow, her eyes large, their colour unusual even from a distance, a warm gold, like new coins. There was something fiercely intelligent, almost masculine in her gaze, and though she was crouched down and I standing, for a moment I felt afraid, as though I was the one who had been discovered. Another beast dangled from her hands, one eye resting on me without blinking. Its fur was stained with red. On the ground next to the woman's skirts, a roughly hewn sack lay open. She got to her feet. A breeze rustled the leaves and grasses around us, but she remained perfectly still, her expression unreadable.